Okay, so Drake's new music video for Nokia, everyone's talking about it. And I mean, it makes sense, with everything going on between him and Kendrick. The visuals are super interesting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, when it's like this, when it seems like there's this back and forth happening between artists, especially in a music video, I think every little thing, every detail starts to feel like it means something. You know what I mean?
For sure. I mean, that's kind of why we're here today, right? To try and unpack it all.
Yeah, exactly.
So, one of the first things that kind of jumped out at me, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this online, is the way Drake's dancing in the video. It's like, I don't know, it's not what you'd expect. And with Kendrick's, those few times he's danced in his videos, like in Not Like Us, Drake, doing these like almost dad dance moves, it just feels like a response. What do you think?
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's interesting, right? Because we all know these artists are so careful about how they present themselves. So to see Drake being all casual, like that, it's almost like he's saying, oh, you want to dance? Well, check this out.
Totally. And I saw this comment online that was like, Drake is so calculated. And they used the owl emoji too, which I thought was interesting.
Right. And I think that's what makes it so interesting. It's not like he's coming out and saying anything directly in the lyrics, which, Drake's been doing lately, keeping things more upbeat and fun. But it's this visual thing that kind of echoes what Kendrick did, but maybe in a way that's like taking the air out of it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's subtle, but it's there. So speaking of owls, I mean, that's got to be one of the biggest things people are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like in Kendrick's video for Not Like Us. Remember how it ends with the owl in a cage, like it's trapped? And then boom, Drake's video ends with 6 owls on top of a phone mast. Like what? It's like a total flip of the script.
It's definitely a statement, right? Like that caged owl in Kendrick's video, it really did feel like he was saying something about Drake being contained or limited somehow, and then Drake comes back with all these owls up high in frame. It's like he's saying, nope, I'm still here, I'm still on top.
Yeah, and there's this whole idea that's been going around online that maybe the owl was never really caged in the first place. Like maybe it was just a temporary setback, and now Drake's coming back and reclaiming his spot. It's like a visual power struggle.
Totally. And, when you think about how important branding is for artists these days, like those symbols become so tied to their identity and their success, so that owl, it's like a key part of this whole visual conversation. Drake's putting it back in a position of power. It's like he's saying, I'm still here and I'm not going anywhere.
For sure. Okay, so let's talk about the cameo in Drake's video, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, on the surface, it's just a cool cameo, right? But when you think about Kendrick having DeMar DeRozan in his video, a former Toronto Raptor with ties to Compton, it starts to feel like a response. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think the context of DeRozan being in Kendrick's video is really important, his connection to both Toronto and Compton. It created this visual link between them. So for Drake to then have Gilgeous-Alexander, who's from Toronto but also played for the Clippers in LA, it does feel like he's doing something similar but flipped. It's like a visual realignment of allegiances almost.
Yeah, it's like a mirror image. And it makes me think about those lyrics from Drake's Fighting Irish Freestyle, where he talks about feeling betrayed by people he thought were his brothers, like they were just into the gimmicks. Do you think that's how he saw DeRozan being in Kendrick's video?
It's definitely possible. I mean, those lyrics really do point to this feeling of like shifting loyalties or people taking advantage. So yeah, maybe seeing DeRozan in Kendrick's video felt like that to Drake, and having Gilgeous-Alexander in his video is like his way of showing he's got his own people,
Yeah, it makes you think, okay, so this next one is really subtle, but I think it's super important throughout Drake's video. You can see these LED screens showing the game Snake, the one from the old Nokia phones. It's a nice little throwback, but it also feels like it could be a metaphor for something bigger. What do you think?
Oh, totally. I mean, that game, it's all about navigating this limited space, trying to reach your goal while avoiding obstacles, and sometimes you even end up running into yourself. It's like a perfect way to represent how Drake might see the music industry right now. He's talked about feeling attacked, or like there are people against him.
And I mean, especially considering that whole thing with him taking legal action against his label after Kendrick's stuff came out. That snake metaphor, it really fits. It's like he's saying the industry's full of snakes, and you got to be careful who you trust.
Exactly. And it's such a simple visual, but it's so effective. It's like this perfect image of how Drake sees himself navigating this tricky situation. And you mentioned how people are reacting online, that comment, nah, Drake, you are him. It really shows how that one little detail just connects with people.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff. Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and talk about how Nokia is doing on the charts, because With some of Drake's other responses to Kendrick, they didn't really do as well chart-wise, but Nokia, it seems to be gaining some traction. What's the story there?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because Kendrick's album GNX and that song Luther with SCA, they've been huge. Luther's been at #1 for weeks and weeks, but Nokia, it's been hanging in there. It debuted in the top 10, then dropped a bit, but now it's climbing back up.
Yeah, it's at #7 on the Hot 100 right now, and like you said, Luther's been at #1 for 6 weeks now. It's crazy, and it's funny because Drake hasn't had a #1 single since First Person Shooter with J. Cole back in 23, and that's actually the song that a lot of people say kind of started all of this.
Yeah, it's like full circle. So now the question is, will this music video, with all the stuff we've been talking about, give Nokia that extra push to maybe even challenge Kendrick at the top of the charts? It's like there's this whole other level of competition happening now, not just with the music and the visuals, but with the charts too.
It's wild. So when you look at Drake's Nokia video, I think it's clear that it's not just a regular music video. It's like this carefully crafted message, a response to everything that's been going on. And he's using all these little things, the dance of the owls, the cameo, even that snake game, to communicate and maybe even to provoke it. Really makes you appreciate how much thought goes into these things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it shows how these artists, they're using every tool they have, the music, the visuals, the collaborations, even their chart performance. It's all part of this bigger conversation they're having with each other and with their fans. It's like we have to look beyond just the surface level to see what's really going on.
Totally. So now that we've kind of gone through all of this, what are you thinking? What stands out to you the most? Are there any other little details in the video that you're looking at differently now? It really makes you wonder how this whole thing is going to play out next, you know?
Yeah, it's like this visual chess game, and we're all watching to see what move comes next.
Exactly. And on that note, that's it for our deep dive on Drake's Nokia video. We'll be back soon with another episode. So until then, keep those eyes peeled and those ears open.
And those minds thinking. You got it.
See ya. See ya.